Everyone, I want to talk to you today about evangelism. Now, don't turn it off just because I said evangelism. I want to talk about fear-free evangelism. And here's 3 ways that you can evangelize without being afraid. Now, usually we're afraid because when we think of evangelism, we think about sharing the 4 spiritual laws or the Roman road with some stranger that we don't know. But I want to give you these 3 verses that illustrate a stress-free, fear-free way to evangelize. First, think about Philip. Way back in the beginning of John, John goes and tells Nathanael that they've found Jesus, the Messiah that Moses and the prophets wrote about. And Nathanael says, "Can anything good come from Nazareth?" And Philip simply says, "Come and see." And that can be your word to a person too, somebody that you know. Come and see. Check out Jesus for yourself. Open up the gospel and read it yourself. See what you think. So come and see is our first fear-free way of evangelism. How about a second way? A second way is simply to tell your story. You think about the man that Jesus, who was blind, that Jesus healed. And he was brought before the religious leaders, and they said, who is this guy that you're talking about? Isn't he a sinner? And this man said, whether he's a sinner, I don't know. What I do know is that before I was blind, but now I see. Very simple, fear-free way to evangelize. Simply tell people your story. And one last way is found in 1 Peter 3:15. Now, we often think of this verse as our verse to be prepared to give an apologetic for or reasons for the faith. And we use this verse to have people go to classes and learn all the arguments about whether God is real or not. Did he actually come to earth? Did he die on the cross? Did he actually raise from the dead? But this verse really says nothing about that. It's talking about in the midst of suffering, with the hope that you might have in Christ while you're suffering. And people see that hope in you. And they say, "Why are you so hopeful?" And this verse simply says, give them reasons for the hope that is in you. So there's 3 fear-free way to evangelize, and I hope you do that this week.